Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So this is my Project Japan update video for January, like how did I do in January? And everyone has their own way of doing Project Pan. For me, I'm kind of all over the place, but it's ultimately using what I have, not shopping for new things. And then in my videos, I do like to chat as I'm using things and talk about my feelings really about how I'm using the stuff. And so at the end of this video, I will share any additional empties that I didn't mention throughout the little vignettes. But before we even get to the vignettes, let me start here with what I'm counting as Project Pan and what it looks like right now. I don't have side-by-side photo comparisons. Try to make this easy for myself, but you can get the gist of it, I think. So anyway, if you're interested in hearing about my month and what I used up, then stick around. Okay, so in my Project Pan, I am using this Maybelline Fit Me. I don't have a lot left. It might be hard to see. I mean, there's still a good amount, and I probably always underestimate how long it will take me to use this. Very thin layer of powder in here. My guess is might be 3 months worth. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like yeah, I don't use that much powder anyway. So this is setting powder. This is one that, I use almost every day. So let me see if I can find it real quick. I do kind of keep a count, although I'm not always great. I'm not always great at keeping track every day. So I wrote down here that I use this about 12 times in January compared to 24 times in December. Now, the reason January was so low is you're going to see this in the video as we progress, but I was traveling a lot, and that's not something I took with me, I don't think. I don't know. I'll have to watch the video to remember. Then I have my Moira setting powder. So there's this is, what is this? Setting? No, this is, gosh, I always forget. This is finishing powder, loose finishing powder versus setting powder. And setting powder, this is what I set my makeup with. So I do use this just about every day. And let's see, I use this in January. I use this 29 times versus 22 times that I tracked in December. So I did take this with me. This is what keeps my face from going super shiny by the middle of the day. And so I enjoy that one a lot. And I do take that with me. Then we have our Wet n Wild. This is the Walking on Eggshells. So I'm really trying to use up, these two really. This middle one is kind of hard pan, but I normally just stick my finger in there and just kind of put it in my eyes. And then, so I will probably try to use all four, but these are really my favorites, obviously, my go-to. I did not take this with me to Costa Rica, so I don't think I use this very much in January. I try not to travel with these kind because I feel like, in a checked bag or even a carry-on, that sometimes they crack, like the powder cracks, and then I got a big old mess. So it's not the one I brought with me, but let's see. For this one, I use this 11 times in January, so not a ton. Then we're going to move on to bronzer. This is going to take me a long, long time. This is from Fenty. I mean, you can see that dent in there in the center, but it's just a lot of cream. It's a lot of cream. This is in the Butter Biscuit, and this one I have used. All right, this one I used 23 times in January. So I probably did take this with me. I was gone basically half the month of January. Then this Essence Nude. This is highlighter. So this highlighter I have used 22 times in January. I don't know how many years I've had this. It's years. And barely made a dent. I'm using it now because I want to use it up. But I find I don't know that I need highlighter because I normally kind of have a little bit of a T-zone where it's oily in certain parts of my face and then a little drier like here, in other parts. So I feel like I have a glow, usually a natural glow as it is. And then Rare Beauty. This one, I feel like I'm almost done. I think I can finish this probably in February, potentially. When I tried it this morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting so close. But every time I think that, I'm like, ugh, I find some more in there. So this is Rare Beauty blush, and this I used 12 times. So I didn't take this with me. When I went traveling, I took a different powder. Instead, I took my RMS powder. So this isn't like officially, I'm not counting this one necessarily, but I did take this one. And this is fairly new. I kind of bought this in maybe August of last year. So that's kind of new. All right, concealer. I did take this with me to Costa Rica. So there is some usage in there. I also got this around the same time. And RMS is a clean beauty brand, so these don't last as long. I feel like, I think part of them being clean is that there's maybe not as maybe preservatives or whatever in these that you would find in something else. So this one, let's see, I used this 19 times in January. And then my Lorac, this is eyeshadow primer. I've used this a couple times. I didn't really use this very much, so I'm not even going to bother looking it up. And that's kind of all I've been, for the most part, using. And then with the exception of my House Labs foundation. So this is a foundation that I started, and I want to say I started this in, maybe it was, I guess in December I started this, but I used this 18 times in January. And I did take a small pump of this traveling. Like I mentioned in the video. You'll see it. I'll talk about it in the video, I think. And then my eyeliner from Beauty Pie. So this one I've been using every day. So this one, I know the count is, I took it with me. I've used this every day that I've worn makeup, and I probably have not worn makeup maybe 7 days in the month of January. So this one, I do have a little picture. If it's a pencil, I can do it. So let's see here. You could see the transition, dot, dot, dot. So I'm making progress with this eyeliner. I do enjoy this eyeliner, so that's something that I'm using up, that I'm enjoying. Still not really using my e.l.f. primer. I just kind of not in the mood. I feel like I'm putting too much stuff on my face to begin with, so to add something else, I'm just not doing. And then my Moira concealer. I did take this with me to Costa Rica on my trip, and sometimes I just like to use this as my foundation. It matches me perfectly, and so sometimes I use that every once in a while. But that's pretty much like what's my core project pan right now. And let's talk about, let's just get into the rest of the video where you see where I was in Costa Rica, what I was using, and all of that stuff. So stick around. Good morning. I'm making some bacon here. Ooh, it smells good. I like my bacon crispy. So we've got very crispy bacon. I like to bake it just because it's less messy. I was doing my hair. I have a croissant that I baked. I have bacon that I baked. I'm going to make myself an egg bacon croissant sandwich. That sounds really good for breakfast, but I'm going to go back upstairs and finish. Yeah, it's a little frizzy. Finish straightening my hair. Okay, I'm letting my bacon, that sounds weird. I'm letting my bacon cool off a little bit. And in the meantime, I figured I would just quickly give my hair a quick pass. I was going to curl it with the straightener, but I decided I have to work. So I'm just going to go straight and just straighten it. Okay, so I do have already some Empties already. What are we today? We're like 7 days into January, so that's not bad. I wasn't expecting too much, but the surprising one, the most surprising one was, yeah, nice hair, right? This one, Bioma. So I have another one. So this is one where I bought, I thought I put one in my cart. I guess I accidentally put two because I went back later and then I was seeing what I was going to buy. And then they send me two because I ordered two. And I was like, oh, why did I do that? But I had just finished the one from Beauty Pie last month. And within days, I actually finished this one. I just haven't recorded anything. So I was super happy. I went literally and I was like, there's nothing coming out. So that's another one empty. I have now the backup, accidental backup of this one. That is brand new. This was empty because I was using like the Beauty Pie in the morning and this one at night for a few months. And I didn't realize they were so close and empty. Then I have emptied a shampoo. Now in the shower, I do have several shampoos that I rotate, so I keep them all in there. But this one was micellar shampoo, scalp purifying. I do have a clarifying one in there now, so I'm not purchasing another one, but this one was in there for a long time. I just didn't reach for it. It's, this bottle you have to kind of put in between your scalp and stuff. I don't know. I just didn't reach for this one that much, but this is from Kristen S. And so I'm done with that one. So that makes me happy. And then, as I'm going to get ready to travel here in a few days, I had filled up these little airless pumps. In fact, I have an empty one here, which I will use. Here's what it looks like empty. I'm going to put my House Lab foundation in this. This is another foundation I had from Moira Beauty. It was like two foundations that I had to mix to get the right color. I've tried pumping the rest of this out and I can't. It's just like squirting everywhere at this point. This foundation is very liquidy, so I think I will fill a new one with the House Labs that I have, which I'm already there. I mean, I don't know how full this was. I think it was there in December. So I'm already down here. I'm going to fill this up maybe halfway. I don't need to fill up the whole bottle. Oh, what the hell? Fill up the whole bottle because I will be traveling throughout the year. And that way I don't have to take this whole bottle in my carry-on bag, and I could take this bottle. This guy, I had filled up all the way, and when I got back from Japan, I had probably used it up to about that much. So I was gone, or maybe less, for about 2 weeks. So I've been kind of using this up so I can empty this bottle, and I think it's really pretty much empty. It doesn't come out as well, but I loved the idea of getting these airless pumps. I got this from Amazon and filling these little guys up because it'll fit in a carry-on if I don't want to check a bag in for liquids, and I like that. And then I'll the rest of the stuff I think I'll bring as powder. I have a powder bronzer and a powder blush. So the rest of the stuff is not liquid as far as my makeup is concerned. So kind of working through that. And now I don't remember if I had done this side already. I think I did. It looks pretty straight. Just kind of, I blow dried it, but sometimes it still looks a little frizzy. So I'm just sliding the iron there at the end here just to get it a little straighter. I just wanted to straighten it just a little bit because it was a bit frizzy. And then I'm going to go down and make my breakfast before my first meeting. And then go from there. So yeah, I got some empties. I think these were the only two. I'm really, really, really close to this lip mask from e.l.f. I don't even think you could tell what's in there. Maybe it's just kind of at the edges. And then I'm going to have a complaint here. This one from Nivea. I actually took it from my youngest daughter. It was in the bathroom and she's in Madrid. So I'm like, oh, she doesn't need this. Because I couldn't find any of my chapsticks. I don't know where they are. I will have to look because I haven't used them up. But this from Nivea, it's a moisture lip care. I don't think this works for me. I mean, look I still have a lot. But I put it on, I use it, And I swear, like in a half an hour, my lips are dry again. So it's not like, I don't think it's not working the way I like it to work. So we'll see. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if anyone else has that and has noticed it's not, I don't know. It doesn't seem to last long. So, all right. Well, let me get on with the rest of my day, go make my breakfast. Good morning. I am in Costa Rica. I'm at my cousin's coworker's vacation home, and it was brand new. It's like brand new, newly built. That's what I'm trying to say, newly built. So we're like the first guests here, which is kind of nice. I'll show you the room in a minute, but because I traveled this morning, I was thinking I kind of wish I'd brought my shampoo, and I forgot my like curl brush. I just brought one brush, and then I'm starting to think of all the things I probably should have brought but didn't, because I mean, you can get everything here, and that's what I tell myself. It's just like, if I forget something, I could bring something. I didn't forget anything, but I think there's just some favorites that I do like to have that I didn't bring with me. I had been on a girls' trip literally right before I flew out. In fact, I left on my girls' trip on Friday morning, and then I didn't leave for Costa Rica until Sunday, but it was a red eye. It was it was technically Monday morning, but it was Sunday night. So I came home on Sunday, unpacked, repacked for completely different weather, and then got on the red eye and got here. My cousin picked me up from the airport, and so I haven't really recorded much this month because I've been wanting to spend time with family here, and just this is my vacation, and just kind of soak it in. And because my family is here, and I'm Costa Rican actually, even though I was born in the States, I do come here often, not often enough. It's probably averages out to maybe every 3 years or so. But I love coming to where I am right now, which is the beach. The beach is the Pacific side of the country, and it's a lot more humid here than it is even where my parents live. So yeah, I can feel it. Although this place has AC, it's great. It's got AC, it's got TVs in every room, so I will show you. But yeah, I'm just thinking today, I think we are going to go to the beach. So I'm probably not going to put on makeup or anything besides sunscreen. So I will do that, but I did bring in a couple things, but not my usual things. I brought in this toner. It's a spray, I already sprayed it. So I'm not really using stuff from my kind of primary stash, except for I did bring my eye cream and my powder, I think, and my mascara pretty much, and some concealer, because mostly I've not been really wearing makeup. I've been, I have on one day, but super light because it's hotter here, and like I've been home. I've been just kind of chilling at my parents' house. So anyway, that's that. But we'll just do my eyebrows, probably mascara. This isn't the normal eyebrow pencil I use. This is my favorite one, and this is precisely my brow pencil from Benefit. And I've currently been using the Milani marker pen, but this is the one I brought with me to Japan. It's my favorite. I just figured I would grab the pencil instead of dealing with liquid, and the other one, you just got to be a little more slow with it, so I didn't want to do that. And then I just brought my curly hair stuff, and because I figured I'm going to be at the beach, I'm going to be in a pool, I don't need to be blow drying my hair straight, so that's that. But I did bring my Prequel SPF, so I'll put that on my face, and then I brought a bigger bottle of sunscreen for later, but drag that down. I'll put some more on down there. My neck, growing up, I was really bad about putting on sunscreen on my neck. I'll put more when we get into bathing suit time. But yeah, I'm here in Costa Rica, and I am having a great time just visiting and just pretty much relaxing. Well, yesterday I've been going to bed, but not to sleep at like 8 o'clock at night. I've been reading every night, listening to music. I mean, it's just really been chill, and I needed that, and I needed this. So this has been really great. Another thing I didn't bring is my other little camera and a microphone. So hopefully you could hear what I was saying in the bathroom. And if not, I'll do another voice. But this is the bedroom. And there's a closet in here on one side. And all the rooms are the same. And each room has their own bathroom. And then I've got the window out there. And it faces a little pool. It's not a big pool, but it just does the job of, it gets hot here. It was like 90 yesterday and humid. So you just want to just kind of jump in and get wet. And then, yeah, a TV in the room and in the bathroom with my mess all over it and just a really nice shower. So, and it's really a nice place. I'll show you the outside. All right, so I am back at my parents' house here in Costa Rica. So it's my hair is drying. But one of the things I was thinking about this morning is I'm enjoying the simplicity of not wearing a lot of makeup, actually. So today I'm not going anywhere. So just using concealer all over my face just to, even out the splotchiness. And, I moisturizer, which I've talked about. So these things I've talked about before. And then just like sunscreen, I haven't been reaching for my moisturizer at all. I haven't been moisturizing. I haven't been doing any nightly skincare except just washing my face. Not that I would want to do that prolonged, but when I'm traveling, I'm like, but I have been enjoying using up my lip liner from BK Beauty. This is in the color, I think it was Sweet Pea, and just using this kind of as lipstick. So I've been using that up. And then sometimes I'll use today I have the Naturium lip balm. And then I have really loved the One and Done eyeshadow. So that's just been easy. So this one's from Moira, and I think I have it upside down. There we go, from Moira. And I don't need a brush. I just use my fingers, and it's pretty simple. So I like getting ready a lot faster. And then I have from MAC, this is in the color Painterly, which I do like. And this is just to even out my eyelids, my skin tone on my eyelids. But the reality is I could just use concealer to do that as well. And yeah, it's been fun. So I haven't really missed anything that I left at home except for my hair. I mean, I only brought things to wear my hair naturally curly because it rains here sometimes in the afternoon. It's more humid, and I figured it's just easier to deal, not have to blow dry my hair with a hot blower dryer while I'm sweating, So just going natural look, and I haven't missed too much. So I think my collection, what I'd like it to be at some point, is probably an eyeshadow palette and maybe some single palettes, because I feel like I don't need to do my eyes up like all the time. Sometimes I find it fun, but I've actually been enjoying that this is a lot faster, and it's just like literally my finger, rub it in, some eyeliner, and we're done. Eyeliner is probably a black one and a brown one would be ideal for me to have. Blushes, probably not more than 3, maybe like a pinky rose, a peachy one, and maybe another fun color blush would be ideal. Lipsticks are my Achilles heel. So I think lipsticks, I would probably, in like what I would call ideal, would maybe have like 5, and then maybe like 2 lip glosses and like a lip balm. and a bronzer. I don't really need multiple bronzers. I mean, it either works or it doesn't. Yeah, so I think that would be like my curated, and all of that should fit in a mega bag, like all of that. So that's what I think my goal is eventually. Now I have a long way to go, a long, like years to go, unless I toss some of it. But I don't know, it's been nice kind of going a little more minimal. But, it's also, I feel like I'm in the summer right now because it's like mid 70s. And it's been nice. So, anyway, just wanted to check in and say I'm back from the beach. Love the beach. I love being by the ocean. I love being able to go into an ocean and it's warm water. Like I'm not freezing my tush off like back at home. And it's just fun kind of riding some waves. And it's been a great trip. So I do officially start work tomorrow night. And then I have to work for the next 3 days. And then I get one more day, kind of vacation day, to hang out. I think my cousin said he'd take me to a volcano, which I don't think I've been to. I've been to a couple of volcanoes here in Costa Rica, but I don't think I've been to Irasu. So that would be one. He said maybe on Friday we can go because it's not that far from here. And so I think that might be fun. And then I have another cousin who I haven't seen yet. Well, I have several cousins I've not seen yet. I probably will not see most of my close cousins, but one that does come to the US often. And so she wants to take me out to dinner, I think on Friday. So that's the rest of the week. I don't know if I'll pop in anymore because it's not like I have anything new to talk about, but it's been relaxing and I've loved sleeping in. And that's been nice. So I think that's a reminder to myself to go to bed early when I'm back at home because it's been nice to get like 7.5, 8 hours of sleep and I'm not tired. I'm feeling really good. So this has been a much needed little break from work and spending time with family. And that's the most important thing. So, all right, I will chat later. Bye-bye. Hello, I am back. I'm back from vacation. I'm back home. And this week I'm doing a little experimenting. Maybe not the whole week, but I'm traveling again next week. And next week's travel is just a carry-on. So I don't want to carry as many liquids, even though, I mean, this doesn't take up a lot of room. So I may decide, yes, I'm going to do that. But I wanted to try on some powders that I have today. So I have Laura Gellar. I have the Laura Gellar, what is this? Baked, Balance, and Brighten in Fair because the light color, which would be what I normally would get, oxidized on me and it looked very orange. So it's been a long time since I've used this. So I'm just retesting it today to see if this is something I want to take with me while I'm traveling. And then this is the Baked, Bronze, and Brighten. I have been using this for a long time, for many months, before I switched to the Fenty, which is kind of part of my project pan. But it barely, you can't even tell that there's much of a dent in here, but I've been using this for a long time. And then I switched to this because I really wanted to use this up. So let's see how we're doing on this one. Yeah, this looks pretty much the same, same as it did in December. These products take a long time, but I wanted to do that today since I'm working from home to see, does this oxidize? Will this be okay to take with me? Because since it's not a liquid, I don't need to worry about it in my carry-on. So we'll see. But one of the things that I am remembering about this product is it is a light coverage. So I can see my freckles. And this was like 2 passes. I do know that I can build this up more if I want more coverage, but that does take a while. And again, I'm just testing like in reality, like how quickly and fast would I want to put my makeup on. The other thing I'm doing is for most of this month in lipsticks, I was using Naked Pink from Beauty Pie. And last week I'm like, I think it's still a little too pink. So this was kind of in response to a comment from maybe the last month's video of testing, or maybe it was the video where I was decluttering my lipstick, of just trying them since I love lipsticks and I still have too many, to try different ones maybe once a month or switch it out and see. So the Naked Pink I think might be a little too pink frosty for me that I like. So I decided to pull out this one from Bite Beauty bite is no longer, so this is an old one, but decided to try this one out because it is one of the ones that I kept that I thought, and it's still pretty new. Look at that. Like, as far as usage, this is still, there's a lot in here. And this is more, it's not a satin, it's not frosted, it's more of a matte. So, and I do like the color. So that's what I put on today, kind of playing around with, do I want to bring this in and use this up? I know I'm doing this in a very weird way, but other than that, those are some of the things that I'm kind of changing this week, or at least for a few days, just to see, is this the stuff that I want to take with me on my next trip? So that's that. But it is good to be back home, although I do miss being in Costa Rica, being there with family and my cousin or cousins. I've all my cousins there. I didn't get to see everyone that I would have wanted to, but that's the way. I mean, there's a lot of family, so it's a quick trip. And I had work in there as well. So anyway, I got to finish getting ready for work, and set up my home office. Since I haven't been here, I have mail to go through. I have so much stuff to do, but it's time for coffee. Hello. So I'm in the kitchen. Not the best lighting. It is evening. I thought I was recording this morning, but apparently I did not. So I thought I'd just give you a check-in that the Laura Gellar is a go for me to take on my trip next week. I'm wearing it again today. I built it up more today, so it can go to medium coverage, light to medium coverage, I would say. It didn't seem to oxidize when I looked in natural light. It's not the best lighting in here. It was fine. So that I will take with me for my trip in February. And then I'll get back to using my House Labs foundation and kind of hopefully more of a normal project pan. Lips today, Alter Ego from BK Beauty lip liner. And the Maybelline, is it Lip Lusters? The Maybelline Gloss in Moon, I believe, or Ruby. It's in Ruby. That's what I put on today. And then my normal, blush that I've been using. So I'm back from Costa Rica, and I was having kind of a reflection yesterday of how do I keep that? How do I keep this? It's not low energy, but a more simpler, slower, not putting pressure on myself to document all the time, to be productive all the time, to optimize everything that I do, because that's just the way my brain works. And I really enjoyed Costa Rica. It was like a wellness retreat for me. Now, I've been going there my entire life, not as often as I'd like, but it was nice to just be with my parents and, be in my room and just go to bed early and get a good night's sleep. And, there was no like deadlines. There was no like had to be at some place at a certain time, except for one day we woke up early and we had reservations to go to one of the volcanoes. But I mean, it wasn't super early, and it was just a nice flow. And I want to keep that as much as possible. So there may be a little less videos, a little less checking in, because this should just feel natural and like good connection points, little updates and things like that. But anyway, I do want to share this since I'm in the kitchen. My poor plant, I filled my bucket, not this bucket, a different bucket, with water. And usually if I fill it with water and just let it drink when it needs it, it does fine, but there must have been a hole in it or something, because it was completely dry when I came home. And this requires water often. So it's looking so sad, so sad. But I think some of it's coming. It was really sad 2 days ago, but I'm going to have to clip the dead leaves, and I'm leaving it again next week. So kind of bummed out about my little plant, but that's okay. My other plants are okay. My poinsettia is still alive. My other stuff is still alive. So that's pretty good. But anyway, that was my quick check-in. That's what I'm doing next week. Taking Laura Gellar powders, all powders, I think, for my trip. So I don't have to worry too much about the quart size liquids in my carry-on. we're going to end this video with some empties I don't believe I talked about. I can't remember if I talked about in this video, but my BK, the sweet pea, I think it was called sweet pea. It actually had a little bit left, but it broke off and there was just I tried to kind of put it back in there. It just was not working, but I only had a little bit left. So I used another lip pencil. Did I say lip? I don't know what I called what I said before, but lip pencil. So that is now 2 since Project Pan that I've used. And I feel like I'm going to add in, I have 2 in here. It's sometimes I can't find it in the morning, so I need to be good about sticking it in there. But I think I started tracking in my little book here, the NYX Brunch Me, which is this one. So I think it's called Brunch Me. Yeah. So this one is just a NYX lip pencil. I mean, I think if I were to remember, it's probably, I've used maybe a quarter of it. So that one is now in my little drawer here with the rest of my stuff. So yeah, 1 lip pencil done, and I'm excited to have another empty. And then I do use this quite a bit, and I replaced it with my Color Fanatic from Pureology. So this one is empty, and that is the L'Oreal Everpure Moisture 21-in-1 spray. I would repurchase this, but I did get that Color Fanatic, which kind of does the same thing, but I'm trying it out. I'm trying it out. I use this a lot. I think this might be the second empty I've had since I've been doing empties with skincare, body care products, hair care products. This is the Keratin Power Glue from L'Adore. When I straighten my hair, so not today, but when I straighten it, I do like this. It makes my hair feel very soft, keeps it straight. I don't get a lot of frizz when I use this. And so I like this a lot. And this might be the 3rd one that I've purchased. I want to say I definitely have another backup of this. Maybe 2, potentially. And then last but not least, no, not last, I have another thing. The Honey Pot. So this is just feminine cleanser. I got this last year in September and been using it ever since. I finished it in January, and this was just me trying a different one, but typically I stick to the Summer's Eve one that I really like, and I like the Summer's Eve one better. Although this was good, and probably for traveling, this would be good if I was checking it in just because of the size, because it's a foam. So it's less chance of, I don't know, it's spilling or liquid coming out of it. So I like the foam application of it. You know, you just pump it in your hand, but I still like the scent and Summer's Eve better. So I probably would not repurchase that one, but it was fine. It was fine. And then last but not least, I use this hair oil from Fable and Maine. I think this was, I don't know, some little sample or something I got from Sephora. So this was tiny. I do, when I straighten my hair, like to put oil at the ends of it because my ends are very, very dry. And so, you know, that's typically what I use. I have a bunch of different hair oils. So I have, what am I using right now? It's the same one from L'Adore. So that's the one that I have now. And that one's almost empty. So, and then I think I have one from Dove, and I know I have another hair oil after that. But yeah, those are the hair oils that I have in my backup. So that's where I'm at as far as empties, and still have not purchased anything since this Project Pan. Although there's a few things where I'm like, ooh, I kind of feel like I might be needing a backup soon. And that might be my moisture shampoo from Pureology. I'm running kind of low on that one. And although I didn't bring it here, I do talk about it. I've talked about it several times. The Milani, it's like a marker brush eyebrow. I have a Wet n Wild one that I finished up. It's done. I talked about that one maybe last month, but I like that Wet n Wild. It's not the micro one. It's more of the wider kind of it's got like a triangle tip. It's a wider one. And I like that for days where it's just like I don't want to, do the little hairs for my eyebrows. I just want to like go. So I feel like I'm missing that in my makeup. But other than that, I still am working through stuff. I don't have anything that I need to buy right now. And it's been fantastic just being able to use some stuff up and try things. Lipsticks is one where I'm still like, which, do I like this better than that? And so I do like to rotate my lipsticks a little bit. But otherwise, this has been fun, and I'm trying to use things use them at least 100 times. And out of all the things that I have on my little countdown app here that I mentioned, I have not used anything here at least 100 times. So I think the thing that I've used the most is the Moira powder at 59, the eyelash primer from Essence at 55 times, the eyeliner from Beauty Pie, because I use this every day, 57 times. So those are, I have a 67. Mascara, I've used the Cleantopia, and that's in this video. I've used that 67 times. So I want to get to 100 before I switch something out, or I may just continue using it. Just depends on what the product is. And if I'm bored of it or not. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll check in with you next month and see how we did in February. I did travel in February, so already some things were thrown off a little bit, but for the most part, I'm here, and it's been fun. So thank you so much for hanging out and just seeing what my progress is. It's been good to focus on this because things got out of hand, and this is how I ended up doing a project pan. All right. I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.